What's going on YouTube? Your boy T Davis here, and as you can see, I had the privilege of being at EA Studios for the reveal of the cover of Madden 23 to celebrate the late, great John Madden. John's son Mike, along with his wife Virginia, and the Madden 23 cover artist Chuck Stiles were all in attendance. As most of you know by now, John Madden will rightfully be on the cover of Madden 23, and there's a few new gameplay features that EA has announced. In this video, we're going to break all that down and more. The first gameplay feature we're going to talk about is pass coverage. This year, EA says they are solidifying basic, fundamental coverage principles with a focus on zone coverage and defending the deep pass. The first feature is the spot drop zones. EA says they'll be featuring spot drop zones as our core zone coverage concept within our defensive playbooks and AI. This means that by default, all the zone coverages in our playbooks will be strictly using spot drop zone logic and covering a specific area of the field. Instead of a mixture of both spot drops and match coverages like we had last year, the main purpose of this change was to make the play art in the play call screen the central source of truth for players so they can better predict how their zones will react during the play. Match zone coverage concepts are still accessible through our coach adjustments menu during your play selection. Simply flipping the zone coverage coach adjustment to match will bring back our in-depth rule set for match coverages, those that convert from zone to man during the play when specifically calling the match coverage play types. Next up is zone defender locomotion. We've captured a whole new set of defensive back specific movement animations, and along with AI support, the defenders in Madden NFL 23 will backpedal, flip their hips, strafe, and look back at the ball more smoothly, more athletically, and more realistically. Not only will defensive backs look the part, but these new movement animations also get them to where they want to go with more efficiency, which will make passing windows against zone coverage much tighter. Route-specific break-on-throw logic. Now we've also added dynamic break times for each type of zone defender when facing specific routes. Zones that are supposed to take away specific routes or areas of the field will now break on the throw faster versus those routes than they will against routes their zones are not designed to take away. One example of this is a hard flat zone aggressively breaking on a route to the flat instead of leveraging deeper routes first. Another is deep outside third defenders in cover 3 breaking faster when a corner route enters their zone. New end zone coverage logic. Previously, our deep zone defenders made little logic adjustments when they were covering in the end zone. This resulted in defenders squeezing down on routes, breaking to the inside, while disregarding completely the underneath zone defenders, resulting in the sidelines and the corners of the end zone being left wide open. This year, those outside deep zone defenders stay outside and sit on those outbreaking or third window crossing routes. They let the route come to them, then they aggressively break on the throw. DB catch versus SWAT. With our zone coverage defenders playing stronger, fundamental football, we have turned the balance between play ball, play receiver, and SWAT so that you'll see defenders use a wider variety of behaviors when the ball is in the air, rather than always attempting the interception. This coincides with tuning on how far defenders are allowed to see the ball when not facing it, and promotes more organic mid-ear interactions at the catch point via our new Field Sense hit everything branching technology and mechanics. Now let's talk pass rush and QB contain. EA has made an investment in their coverage fundamentals, but our players know that pass coverage is only as good as the pass rush in front of it. What we have truly created this year is a larger pass defense initiative for Madden 23 by fine-tuning our pass rush to increase pressure and refining disengage efforts from defenders to deal with mobile quarterbacks. Quicker get-offs for all pass rushers. Pass rushers are now going to get off the ball much quicker in Madden NFL 23. Any blitzing player will have much shorter delay times in reacting to the snap that opens up more QB pressures when calling stock blitz plays. In addition, new animations for both blockers and pass rushers during their battles result in the pocket forming more naturally while also collapsing faster. QBs will have to step up in the pocket and or use checkdowns more often to consistently get the ball out before the pass rush gets home. Rush lane integrity. Pass rushers got new logic and playbook assignments that will improve the integrity of the rush lanes when rushing the passer. This means that each lane will be filled by a rusher while avoiding having multiple rushers in a single gap, which would essentially allow those defenders to block themselves and take them out of the play. Disengage improvements. Stopping mobile quarterbacks has always been a difficult task for defense, both in the NFL and in Madden NFL. For Madden 23, we've added new AI and tuned some of the defensive behaviors to give the defense more balanced tools to deal with mobile quarterbacks. We've improved disengage animations for pass rushers to get away from blockers faster for both one-on-one blocks and double-team blocks, to pursue the quarterback when they roll out. We've also improved the prediction AI for contained players so they'll be more responsive in anticipating when the QB is going to take off so they can react quicker and get themselves in the proper position to make a play. Next up, we have blocking. To bring balance and more authenticity, we added new pass block animations that work in combination with our pass rush AI. Some of the new animations you'll notice are engagements that get more depth in and around the pocket so it will collapse without always having to have a defender shed a block. This includes edge animations that both bring pressure as well as set the edges of the pocket. And lastly, add-on blocks, which was discussed in the field sense notes, but we wanted to call them out again because the ability for route runners and open field blockers to seamlessly enter and exit ongoing blocks is something players have been wanting to see. This next part is huge because I know some of you guys have been wondering about Escape Artist. Well, Escape Artist has been pulled from the passive superstar ability pool and is now only an X Factor in Madden NFL 23. Once you've met the in-game X Factor conditions to activate it, the boosts granted with Escape Artist when activated will be reduced compared to previous years. We still want to offer the explosive playmaking ability for mobile quarterbacks, says EA, but they feel this is a better balanced approach. Now let's take a look at some more additional foundational football improvements. First is catching. New context-sensitive catching animations have been added so that no matter where you place the ball with the new field sense skill-based passing mechanic, the appropriate catch will follow. Throwing to the furthest lead point on a streak route with skill-based passing will allow your receiver to catch it while reaching out over his shoulders. If you throw to a receiver's back shoulder on a streak, you'll see new back shoulder catch animations. We've also included new fade catch animations when throwing corner and fade routes to the sidelines or corner of the end zone. More on this new skill-based passing later. Playbooks. In Madden NFL 23, EA's top goal for playbooks center around streamlining and differentiating their content to better tie in with gameplay feature sets, while also adding enough that's new to bring value to both new and veteran players. Defense. To better tie in with our pass coverage and defensive alignment improvements, we refined the plays available in our defensive sets to help ensure they're able to function properly when matched against common offensive looks. In the NFL, defensive coordinators strive to marry the coverage shell and the alignment of the front together so that structurally they can function without the need for too many special adjustments. What this means for Madden NFL 23 is lower play counts in each defensive set compared to previous years, but we believe players will appreciate that the plays available in each set will better hold up from an alignment, pass coverage, and run defense perspective. An example of this, in our 3-4 and 4-3 under sets, players will notice most of the plays available will show a single high safety middle of the field closed look. EA added new plays such as cover 2 invert and trap blitzes that will look like cover 1 or cover 3 to the offense. These new plays will complement the improvements to EA's deep zone pass coverage. Offense. On the offensive side of the ball, EA's goal is focusing on what the teams actually do as it relates to their real-life counterparts. In the past, they've seen teams use a formation on a consistent basis, but only ran a handful of plays, and thus that formation will be filled out with common plays shared across multiple playbooks. For Madden NFL 23, EA focused on adding the core plays and concepts each NFL team used the most, which resulted in more concise and slightly smaller playbooks that are more team-specific and unique. EA will do a deeper dive in a future Gridiron Notes on specific plays and other changes they've made for playbooks in Madden NFL 23. AI quarterbacks. AI quarterbacks have been tuned to give better differentiation in how well they see the field under pressure depending on their ratings. Quarterbacks with a lower awareness rating will struggle to find open receivers and have a higher chance of throwing to a partially covered target, allowing defenses to make big plays. Injuries. New injury animations have been added to players while standing and running. EA has also added new injury animations when battling in the trenches, primarily so that when injuries happen, the immersion isn't broken by seeing an injured player instantly running back to the huddle. When a player gets injured during the play, you'll see the appropriate behavior as he goes to the ground, and he'll stay on the ground until he's assisted off the field by the training staff. Signature content. We've captured new signature animations for a selection of the top players in the league to add some of the latest and best big play and touchdown celebrations seen on game day. In addition to this, EA has added more signature animations to celebration locomotion, so players will run into the end zone more like their real-life counterparts. Overall, we'll see how most of this stuff shakes out, but I have to admit, I'm really positive and feeling good about some of these adjustments that they've made to Madden 23 so far in these gridiron notes. I really like the defensive side of the ball gameplay adjustments, as Madden 22 was just such an offensive game. It was so difficult to play defense, so I really love some of these adjustments I've seen added to Madden 23, and I'm super, super excited for the game. Hope you guys stay tuned for my next video where we will break down the all-new Field Sense features that have been added to the game. So stay on the lookout for that video. Of course, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel for the best Madden 23 news, tips, and gameplay. And hit this video with a like, really helps me out in the algorithm. Comment down below your thoughts, and also in the comments down below, let me know which cover is your favorite. Is it the main All Madden Edition cover, or do you like one of the other two? Let me know in the comments down below. Until next time, your boy T Davis is out.